Hello, my beautiful friends. I'm so excited. I am so thankful for my friend Tiny Moon Goddess who sent me the most adorable poppet ever. For my birthday, she sent this cute little poppet. It has a little book. She has a little book for our ancestors, and she has a little basket. And my cats were very interested in the little piece of wood, so I had to rescue her from the cats. But she's so cute, and I appreciate it so much. And she came along with this book, which I'm going to use for letters to my ancestors. This beautiful Tree of Life. Thank you so much. It was so kind of you to think of me and to send these and to make this beautiful doll, this puppet for me. It's so cute, and I appreciate it so much. I want to talk to you about a new channel that I found that is amazing, and I'm going to link it below. The woman is a scholar in Irish folklore and literature and myth and poetry. I believe she's at Harvard or Stanford, one of the Ivy Leagues. And I just love listening to her stories, and I found this channel, and it's so amazing. I'm going to link it below. And, she's just such a good storyteller, and she speaks in both English and Irish Gaelic, so Scottish Gaelic, Irish Gaelic, and even though Gaelic is different than Gaelic, it's still very interesting to listen to, because I like listening, to all different languages, but it's nice to listen to her stories. And it made me think about language, and the language of Ogham, which is the Irish written language. And I've explained this before on the channel, but in case you're new, Ogham is definitely the language that was found in Ireland, thousands of years ago. But and the way that it works is it's written along the side of a rock. And so when you see Ogham, there's a line that goes down the center. That's the side of the rock. And it starts at the bottom and it goes to the top, and it's read right to left as opposed to left to right like we read. And then it wraps around. And part of the reason it's written that way was to hide the language, because at different points written language were in their own language was illegal, because you were supposed to write in Latin when the Roman Church came by. But most of the examples that we have are definitely the same kinds of things that we write on stone. So, if you've been to a graveyard, we inscribe into stone for headstones. And so, is often used in that way to remember somebody. And for divination, a lot of folks use Ogham staves that have each of the letters on it to do divination things. I have a necklace that I got in Iona, which is written in Ogham, that says "Blessed Be." You can see the line down the middle that denotes the side of the rock. And and I love stone, because stone is, as I say all the time, stone is sort of the bedrock of the world, right? Stones have lasted before us, they're going to last after us. You can do all kinds of things, but stones, don't go away unless you grind them down. And they have dirt and water come and go, rocks stay. So I read Elder Futhark, which is not Celtic. And so some folks are like, well, why would you do that? Well, Ritter is German. Elder Futhark is a Germanic language. Again, it was created as an alphabet, just like Ogham. It wasn't meant for divination. It was an alphabet. But I've always felt very comfortable with runestones in ways that I've never really felt comfortable with reading tarot. I have had my tarot read, and I think it's a great tradition, and I love listening to other people read tarot, but it's never resonated for me. But runestones do, and it's just another language. It's a way to think about the world in a different way. In my practice, reading runes doesn't predict the future or anything like that. It really just is for meditation, something to think about. So I'm going to read a rune for us now, just so that we can kind of see what it looks like. So this is St. Bridget's Cross. The first stone was my Green Man stone. This stone is from the beach on Iona when I was there. And then this stone is a stone that I purchased in the store with a book set, because I wanted to support the local economy. And then I have a stone in here from Iceland, because I have a wee bit of Nordic blood, and my boss brought this back for me from when he was there in Iceland. I don't know where it went. Have to dig deep. It's the same size as some of the stones, so it's hard to find. So, we always ask Spirit to guide us and to help us, pick the stone that's meant for us right now for whatever message we're meant to receive. So I'm going to pull a stone for the collective. It may not resonate with me, but maybe it'll resonate with you. And again, it doesn't predict the future. There are different spreads. People have all kinds of different spreads. When I do a spread, I either do a 1 pull, which is what I'm doing now. I do a 3 Norns, which is past, present, future. Or I do my version of the Celtic Cross. And there's all kinds of different versions of the Celtic Cross. So, but we're just going to pick one now and ask Spirit to guide us. And when I put my hand in the bag, I don't look. I don't, the letters aren't raised, so I can't really feel. I haven't memorized the sizes of the rocks to know what is on each one. I kind of just feel around, and usually one gets stuck between my fingers or feels a little bit different than the others. So this is the one that's stuck in my finger, and it is Algiz. You can kind of see it's like a little, like a deer. So what does Algiz mean? Well, let me put it down so I don't drop it. I rely on some tools of my own. Now, even though I know what Algiz means, I like to read the book of all the notes that I've taken about the stone, just because something might pop out to me today that, I might not think about if I just do, a quick reading. I might not think about all the things that Algiz could mean. So, Algiz means elk, right? So you saw little deer, little antlers. Protection, defense, instinct, group effort, guardianship, higher self, connection with God, perceptions beyond the physical world, listen instead of hearing, awakening, closer to the divine, ancestral memory, connection between the divine and the human world. If it were inverted, it would mean something else. Some runes can invert and others don't. But it's a really, it's a great stone. I feel like I'm very connected to the deer and the imagery of the deer. And this morning, if you've been following along in the playbook, my cat ran away. I don't want to say he ran away. I want to say he wanted to go explore, because he was a feral cat, and he wandered in 5 years ago, and we took him in, took him to the vet, got him neutered, got him his shots, got him chipped. But he has always been, he doesn't really like to be held. He's not a huge fan of being petted. He likes humans, but he likes to watch them. And he loves to watch the windows, and he's definitely a mouser. He loves to be a mouser. So I think I don't think it's that he dislikes living here. I think he wanted to live his best life out in the wild where he came from, hunting mice and doing that sort of thing. So this morning, I always have to get up to pee in the middle of the night like 10 times because I'm a middle-aged woman. But when I looked out the window, the light outside was this golden color, and it like struck me coming back from the bathroom, like, wow, that is so gorgeous. That's so beautiful. And I suck at seeing signs sometimes. I should have looked out the door, but I was just like, oh, that's so pretty. Let me go back to bed. So 5 minutes later, my phone's ringing, and it's my next door neighbor who never calls me. She doesn't. We see each other all the time. We don't call each other. And she's like, your cat is on your front porch. So I'm like, no shit. So I go to the front porch. He's gone, right? So I go in the front. I go in the back. I go look for him. If I would have gone outside when I saw that light, I might have been able to get him to come back in the house to get some snacks. And, we live at the base of a mountain, and there are foxes here, and it is cold, and he's food, and they're a bear, and like, I want him to come in. I mean, he's had his time. He had a month. It's time for him to come home. And so, if I would have just taken that sign, if I would have like slowed down and paid attention, and I think that's kind of what Algiz asks us to do, right? To be like the deer, to be like that elk and watch. And, they are so in tune to the environment around them. If you've ever seen a deer in the wild, like, they know what's going on. They're paying attention, which makes hunting hard, if that's what you need to eat, and really just, sometimes we don't know so much, and we have to be willing to learn. The same is true with language, right? With the stories that, that we hear from myth or from legend, like, we're meant to learn things in this life. And so now if I see a different kind of lighting outside, I'm going to say to myself, hey, I remember the last time that happened? I need to go check out the front door because maybe Remington will be out there. But it's a bigger lesson in our lives too, right? It's a bigger lesson that if we want to be connected with our ancestors, if we want to be connected with the people who've passed to the other side, we need to slow down and pay attention to the signs. And they're all around us, right? We have a spoken language on Earth, but there's a spiritual language, and we have to sort of tune into that and pay attention to that as well. So I, again, thank you, Tiny Moon Goddess. Please follow her channel. Please follow this new channel that I'm following. I can't remember her name offhand, and I can't look or I'll mess up the computer, but she's fabulous. And definitely check out her channel too. And I am wishing you all the very best and light and love. Be well. Take care. Bye-bye. I forgot to mention something. I'm going to put a link below so that you can write things in Ogham. And I would love if you would like and comment and add your name or a little message in Ogham below. And I'll try to figure it out and write back to you. So it's a free website. You just type in what you want and it'll print out the Ogham for you. And you can just copy it and paste it into the chat. So I forgot to mention that. All right. Be well. Take care. All the best and light love. Bye.